Now, as we see in front of us here, there is a site. It's called the Miracles of the Quran, and actually, I like this site. It's one of my comedy. Now, I don't know what to say. You know, Islam is an amazing religion, and the Christians are jealous because they don't have miracles like the one in the Quran. We have to face it. You know, I mean, face it, guys.
Let me remind you, the glorious Quran is not a book of science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E, but it's a book of signs, S-I-G-N-S. It's a book of ayats. It's a book of verses. And the glorious Quran has more than 6,000 signs, 6,000 ayats, 6,000 verses, out of which more than 1,000 speak about science.
And I challenge you to show me one, just one miracle. If you want to show me more, I mean, you're more than welcome. But I challenge you to show me one miracle in the Quran from all the thousands of fabricated fictions, stories you Muslims spread all over the internet. You see, here we go. I'm going to give you even a website. This website is full of them. Choose one, choose two, choose three, choose four, choose five, choose six. I assure you that every single of them, every single one of those, what it's called miracles, is a scam. So who is the one when I do it? Who is the Muslim when I prove me wrong? Is that a true or it's a fabrication? Who is the Muslim when I show us that this is not a fabrication? Anyone?
The Quran is a miracle of eloquence. The Quran is a miracle of eloquence.
They make those websites like this one here just to fool the naive ones who do not know neither Arabic or anything about Islam. The Quran, the book of Islam, contains scientific knowledge that could not have been known 1400 years ago. Yeah, right. Like what exactly? And then they list for you all those things which we can get them busted one by one. And not only that, they are not true, they are the opposite, proving Muhammad to be a false man. Brain function. Do you Muslim even have a brain to speak about the brain function? I want to see this brain function thing. Hold on. Brain function. The frontal part of the brain handles lies. For centuries it was thought that the frontal part of the human brain handled vision simply because it's near the eyes. Today we know that this is false. The part that handled vision turned out to be the rear brain.
In effect, as the Holy Quran pointed out 1400 years ago. 1400 years ago.
Chapter 96, verse number 16. A lying, sinful forehead. Any Muslim is excited now?
Research carried out in recent years has revealed that the prefrontal area, lying in the frontal part of the skull, is responsible for the management of particular functions of the brain. This area of the cerebrum is also responsible for planning, motivation, and initiating good and evil behavior, and it is responsible for telling lies and the truth. A book entitled Essentials of Anatomy and Physiology says, in relation to its involvement in motivation, the prefrontal area is also thought to be the functional center for aggression. Parallel information to these scientific facts discovered by scientists in the last 60 years was also imparted in the Qur'an 14 centuries ago. The expression, the lying, sinful forelock, in this verse is most remarkable. This demonstrates a close parallel to the activities carried out in the front part of the brain.
How long is going to take us to get the Abdul busted? What do you think, guys? 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. How long is going to take to get the story here busted?
Qur'an has described the relationship between the frontal lobes of the brain and the ethical behavior of human beings. And the word used in the last two verses, which means the forehead is, in this statement, we believe refers to the frontal lobes of the brain. And I was asked, how could the forehead have anything to do with sinning and with lying and so on? And I suggested that it was related to this higher function.
How long is going to take us to get the Abdul busted? What do you think, guys? 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. How long is going to take to get the story here busted? I say less than a second. The word Nasiya is the hair in the front. It's not the brain. You idiot liar. Any Muslim wanna call me and get me busted? It is the hair. The verse have nothing to do with the brain. It says we will grab him from the first hair in his head. Chapter 96, verse number 16. Let us go and see the interpretation of the Muslims. 96:16. All right. Liars, liars. Again, just to show you we are not making things up. Here we go. This is a chapter 96, verse number 16. And this is your Islamic official website. Liars. They try to fool the naive ones who do not know Arabic. Fabricate things is not there.
A lying, sinning forelock.
Guys, do you see what the Muslims they said here? What forelock mean? Somebody teach me English, please. What forelock mean? How you made the verse is about the brain when it's about the hair. So now, according to you Muslims, the hair is controlling our lies?
Front part of the brain, front part of the brain, front part of the brain, called the orbital frontal cortex. That area is involved in moral decision making, in figuring out what's right versus what's wrong, that we learn as we grow up and are instructed by our parents and our teachers. So if that area of the brain is not operating at full tilt, it may be possible then to carry out an act which would be repugnant and very much against the law.
The biological roots of crime. He's narrowed in on a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. One of its primary roles is moderating social behavior.
Here's a normal individual with good frontal lobe functioning. Here's an example of the 42 murderers we had. You can see a distinct lack of activation in that prefrontal cortex. That's the emergence.
Do you see how they fabricate, change the words? Do you see how they lie? The purpose is to deceive you. You do not know Arabic, so we can translate as we wish. Garbage in, garbage out. Let us see what Ibn Kathir want to say about this. I am interested to see in English, especially in English, because in English is different from the Arabic ones as usual. Look here, what Ibn Kathir he says. This is the Islamic translation in English. It is totally different from what it is as usual in the Arabic words. They translate the word Nasiya as the forehead. According to Muhammad, when the human being he go to the day of judgment, Allah will grab him from the forelock of his head, and the one who is lying is the one he will take him. And who is the one who is lying? Suppose he's someone like me, who don't believe women have a sperm coming from their ribs, or the sperm of the man coming from the backbone.
No, indeed. If he does not stop, we will grab him by the forelock, a lying, sinful forelock.
Sir, has anybody ever seen your brain? Has anybody ever heard your brain? Has anybody ever smelled your brain, tasted your brain, felt your brain, or imagined your brain? No? Well then, sir, according to your testable evidence, you don't have a brain.
This is what the cult of Islam is about. Please download the video, share it with your friends. May the Lord bless you. Christ is Lord. Islam is false.
That's the reason to understand any religion, read the scripture, you will come closer to that religion.